What's your favorite thing about your workplace culture?
I love the supportive and inclusive atmosphere at my workplace.
How do you adapt to changes in your industry?
I stay updated through continuous learning and attending conferences.
What's the most challenging decision you've had to make at work?
The most challenging decision was having to lay off employees during a downturn.
What's the importance of customer feedback in business?
Customer feedback helps businesses improve their products and services.
What's the role of ethics in business?
Ethics ensure businesses operate honestly and responsibly.
How do you handle workplace gossip?
I avoid participating in gossip and focus on my work.
What do you do if you're not getting along with your supervisor?
I would try to have a candid conversation with my supervisor to address any issues.
What's the most important document you've created at work?
The most important document I've created was a detailed project report.
How do you balance short-term goals and long-term goals at work?
I prioritize both by setting milestones to achieve long-term goals.
What's the company's policy on professional development?
The company encourages employees to pursue professional development and provides support.
What's the importance of teamwork in the workplace?
Teamwork is essential for achieving common goals and completing projects efficiently.
How do you deal with a difficult customer?
I listen to their concerns, empathize, and find a solution to their problem.
What's the most valuable skill you've learned at your job?
The most valuable skill I've learned is effective communication.
Do you have any professional certifications?
Yes, I have a certification in project management.
What's the difference between a manager and a leader?
A manager oversees tasks, while a leader inspires and guides a team.
How do you handle a missed deadline?
I communicate with my team, take responsibility, and work to make up for the delay.
What's the company's policy on remote work?
The company allows employees to work remotely on a case-by-case basis.
What's the most valuable lesson you've learned from a mistake at work?
I learned the importance of double-checking my work to avoid errors.
Do you have a retirement plan or savings for the future?
Yes, I have a retirement savings plan in place.
How do you handle a job you don't enjoy?
I focus on the aspects of the job that I do enjoy and look for opportunities to improve it.
What's the company's policy on performance evaluations?
The company conducts performance evaluations annually.
What's the most important thing you look for in a job?
The most important thing for me is job satisfaction and a sense of purpose.
Do you have any long-term career goals?
Yes, I want to become a manager in the next 5 years.
What's the best piece of career advice you can give to someone starting their career?
Always be eager to learn and don't be afraid to take on new challenges.
How do you manage your time effectively at work?
I use a calendar to schedule tasks and set deadlines for myself.
What's the most exciting project you've worked on at your job?
The most exciting project was launching a new product that became a bestseller.
What's the difference between a full-time job and a part-time job?
A full-time job typically requires you to work 40 hours a week, while a part-time job is fewer hours.
How do you handle workplace safety?
I follow safety guidelines, wear appropriate gear, and report any hazards to my supervisor.
What's the company's policy on vacations and holidays?
The company provides paid vacations and observes national holidays.
What's the role of innovation in business?
Innovation drives growth and helps businesses stay competitive.
Have you ever had to give a presentation to a large audience?
Yes, I gave a presentation to a large group of clients last year.
What's the most rewarding part of your job?
The most rewarding part is seeing the positive impact of my work on the company.
How do you set career goals for yourself?
I set specific, achievable goals and create a plan to reach them.
What do you do if you disagree with a decision made at work?
I respectfully express my concerns and provide alternative solutions.
How do you define success in your career?
Success, for me, means achieving my goals and finding fulfillment in my work.
What's the most important document you use in your job?
The most important document is the lesson plan.
How do you handle difficult clients or customers?
I listen to their concerns and try to find a solution.
What's the best piece of career advice you've received?
The best advice I've received is to always keep learning.
Have you ever had to give a presentation at work?
I give presentations to my students regularly.
What's your preferred method of communication at work?
I prefer face-to-face communication when possible.
How do you keep up with industry trends and news?
I read industry blogs and attend webinars.
What motivates you to do your best at work?
Seeing my colleagues succeed motivates me.
Do you have a mentor at work?
Yes, I have a mentor who helps me with my teaching techniques.
How do you balance work and personal life?
I set boundaries and make time for my family and hobbies.
What's the biggest challenge you've overcome in your career?
The biggest challenge was adapting to online teaching during the pandemic.
What's the company's mission and values?
The company's mission is to bring the best user experience to customers through innovative hardware, software, and services.
How do you handle workplace conflicts?
I try to resolve conflicts through open communication and compromise.
What's the busiest time of year at your job?
The busiest time is around Thanksgiving and Christmas.
What would you change about your job if you could?
I would like more opportunities for professional development.
Prepare for a job interview.
To prepare, research the company, practice common interview questions, and bring copies of your resume.
What is your dream job?
My dream job is to be a travel photographer.
What do you like to do outside of work?
Outside of work, I enjoy hiking and reading books.
How do you handle a difficult coworker?
I try to stay calm, communicate openly, and involve a supervisor if necessary.
Have you ever been promoted at work?
Yes, I was promoted to a senior position last year.
What's the most important quality for a successful entrepreneur?
The most important quality is perseverance.
What's the best way to network in your industry?
Attending industry events and connecting with professionals on LinkedIn.
How do you handle a heavy workload?
I prioritize tasks and ask for help if needed.
What's the biggest mistake you've made at work, and how did you handle it?
I once missed a deadline, but I apologized to my team and worked extra hours to make it right.
Do you prefer working independently or in a team?
I prefer working in a team because I enjoy collaborating and sharing ideas.
What's the best way to ask for a raise at work?
Schedule a meeting with your boss, highlight your achievements, and explain why you deserve a raise.
How do you stay motivated on a tough day at work?
I remind myself of my goals and focus on one task at a time.